What's up, everyone? Welcome back for the next part of my 2023 year in review, where I'm discussing various things that happened throughout the year of 2023 with regards to my various social media operations and the world at large, I suppose, and shit like that. So, yeah, anyway, let's get rolling with the next game here. Alright, so we'll see how this goes. Alright, so this time I'd like to talk about my Rumble channel and my X page or Twitter page. And I just gotta say, I've been seeing some promising signs from both. Granted, to be fair, I'm not seeing as much viewership on Rumble as I would like to see, but given that it is a smaller platform than YouTube, obviously there's a lot more people on YouTube than there is on Rumble, but Rumble keeps growing, no doubt. Turns out, again, people they don't really appreciate being censored for speaking basic truths, it turns out. Imagine that. Who could have figured that would happen? YouTube. Anyway, like I said, I'm done fucking pussyfooting around shit. I'm fucking taking the gloves off. I'm fucking saying it like it is. But yeah, so basically on Rumble, throughout most of the year, I'll be honest, my viewership was pretty mediocre throughout most of the year. To be fair, towards the end of the year here, I have definitely ramped up production on my Rumble channel quite a bit. I've been producing a lot more content. Nowadays, I'm basically uploading videos around the clock every, 2 hours on my Rumble channel, which has been awesome. And my viewership has actually been going up on Rumble, which has been cool. I've actually just recently been uploading my playthrough of Dark Cloud 2, which I did a couple years ago on my YouTube channel, but just recently uploaded that to Rumble, and the viewership on that's been pretty decent. Some of the videos have gotten upwards of 13 views, which by Rumble standards is pretty fucking good. As far as subscriber counts over there on Rumble, I'm currently sitting at least at the time I'm recording this, I'm currently sitting at about 27 subscribers and or I guess followers over on Rumble, because I'm pretty sure they call it followers on Rumble. But yeah, I've got about 27, basically 27 subscribers over on Rumble, so it's a start. You know, we all got to start somewhere. Back on this YouTube channel, there was a time period where I had just one subscriber. It always starts with just one. So, yeah, I'm hoping and looking to grow my Rumble channel. And actually, in an effort to grow all of my platforms, I've been using X a little bit more. I actually invested in X, or Twitter. Got myself a nice little blue check mark. Only time will tell, though, if that was actually worth it or not, because I'm honestly not seeing that much of a boost in my engagement or whatever. So, I'm not entirely sure that it was worth it. Once it comes time to renew that, I'll kind of make a decision, I suppose. Because, again, that's a fair amount of my money that I'm putting into that. And these days, money is scarce. So, I'm not entirely sure the payoff is worth the amount of money I'm paying for that. Or if the extra promotion is worth the amount of money I'm paying for that. So, I'll assess that when the time comes. Should be sometime around, maybe September next year or something. So I got a 1-year subscription plan or whatever to Twitter Blue or X or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't even remember, honestly. So yeah, we'll see. But regardless, I've been trying to post a lot more about my Rumble channel on Twitter or X now. So for whatever that's worth, I'm not sure how much it's been worth, but yeah, I don't know. Again, I'll reassess that when the time comes. If I decide it's worth it, I'll probably renew my subscription to keep my little blue check mark on Twitter. It's really funny how the blue check mark used to be a thing that right-wingers used to get offended by. They're like, oh, these blue checkmark motherfuckers on Twitter. And now it's so funny because Elon Musk totally ended up reversing that. Now, like, you got all these liberals. Like, I was getting into it with this one guy on Twitter a while back, and he was like, oh, this blue checkmark guy. And I'm just like, really? So it's kind of funny how, like, that shifted throughout Elon Musk's tenure so far as the dude who owns that particular platform. But yeah, now you got all these fucking crazy leftists all being all like, oh, these blue checkmark motherfuckers. I refer to that as fucking checkmark envy. Like, hey, brah, you're just jealous of my fucking checkmark. Clearly. Like, sorry that I have money. I mean, granted, I don't have much money, which, again, is why coming up this next year I will have to reassess whether or not it's worth it to actually be doing that, spending that much money on it. Maybe I'll renew it, maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll see. But the fact that it seems to irritate all the right people, that my little blue check mark seems to irritate all the right people, might make it worth it to renew that. So I'm not entirely sure. I'll cross that bridge when I get there. I've got currently about, like, I did surpass 100 followers on Twitter this year, or X. Again, I'm never going to get fucking used to that. But, yeah, I've got over 100 followers now on X, so that's something, I guess, for whatever that's worth. And I'm pretty sure only about half of them are bots, so. Although I was actually followed by actually, like, a pretty big person. I don't know if you guys remember from, like, the January 6th shit, like all that shit at the Capitol, January 6th, 2021. There was that one dude who, like, literally stole Nancy Pelosi's lectern and was, like, carrying it around the Capitol and shit. And there's that, like, photograph of him that goes around sometimes that's memed or whatever. Like, that actual dude ended up following me on Twitter. So that was pretty cool. I was pretty happy about that. I'm like, all right, cool. It's like the first, like, don't get me wrong, again, I appreciate all my other Twitter followers, no doubt, but that's like the first guy on Twitter who's followed me who's, like, actually somewhat a big deal. So, that was kind of cool. So, yeah, he's a good dude, no doubt. Probably wouldn't agree with him on every single issue, obviously, but he seems like a good, solid dude, so, yeah. Plus, anyone who literally steals Nancy Pelosi's lectern and parades it around the fucking Capitol, that's pretty fucking legendary shit right there. I don't care. The FBI can show up and fucking arrest me for that, for saying that. I don't care. I think it's fucking brilliant. Again, not condoning everything that happened on January 6th. Want to make that clear. In fact, I definitely do not condone everything that happened on January 6th. No doubt. But I definitely condone stealing Nancy Pelosi's lectern and parading it around. I 100% support that and approve. Because it was fucking hilarious. Let's not kid like it wasn't. Well, let's not pretend like it wasn't, I should say. So, yeah, that's basically what I've got going on as far as Rumble and X are concerned. The only two platforms left, not the only two, but two of the biggest players left in the game who actually support freedom of speech for the most part. Don't get me wrong, Elon Musk's X is not perfect. They did, however, reinstate Alex Jones, which I like. Don't get me wrong. Again, Alex Jones is not somebody that I would agree with 100% on every single issue, no doubt. The dude's a little bit out there sometimes, but it's funny because you think that Alex Jones is this crazy conspiracy theorist, but then one by one, all of his so-called conspiracy theories turn out to be proven true, and you're like, well, shit. Like, damn, okay. I guess Alex Jones was right about fucking, like, everything. What the fuck? Never thought I'd say that, but shit. Yeah, it's really, really fucking disturbing how many of these crazy conspiracy theorists turned out to be right about a lot of shit. And it's, like, genuinely terrifying. Yeah. But like I've always said, whether or not I agree with someone 100% on an issue, or even if I agree with them at all on an issue, is irrelevant when it comes to freedom of speech. Freedom of speech shall not fucking be infringed upon. Period. And there are only 2 platforms out there that seem to be willing to do that. Not necessarily the only 2, but the biggest 2. I mean, you could kind of throw Truth Social in there as well, but X and Rumble seem to be the biggest players in the game saying, you know what, fuck you, we're freedom of speech platforms. And again, I would give the nod to Rumble. Rumble, I would argue, is the most free speech platform out there because they never banned Alex Jones. They never... And here's the thing, too, like, Elon Musk's X did not unban Alex Jones right away. It took a while. And then they had a vote to reinstate Alex Jones, which, again, I think is kind of stupid because freedom of speech should not be left up to a vote. It should be an inherent right for every single human being that walks this earth, and I want to make that clear. Again, you could be the craziest fucking liberal leftist out there spouting your crazy nonsensical bullshit, and I will still fucking stand up for your right to freedom of speech. It's as simple as that. Freedom of speech shall not be infringed. As a matter of fact, I want all those crazy motherfuckers to say whatever they want. I want them to speak their minds. Why? Because then we can call them out on their shit and correct the record. And people can decide for themselves who to believe. I do not fear freedom of speech. Why? Because I believe that generally speaking, I'm on the right side of history. And generally speaking, I'd like to think I'm a pretty reasonable person who takes pretty reasonable stances on most issues. Again, I'd like to think I'm not some crazy fucking right-wing radical motherfucker. No, I'd like to consider myself just a normal, rational fucking citizen of the free world. A citizen of the United States of America. And I believe in the founding principles of this country. Principles that are timeless. And that's why I've been willing to support platforms like X and Rumble. Again, I've poured a lot of my personal extra time and resources into supporting these platforms. It takes me a lot of extra time to upload videos not only to YouTube but to Rumble as well. It takes me a lot of extra time. But again, it does no good to sit around and bitch about censorship if you're not willing to fucking put your money where your mouth is. And I have done that every fucking step of the way. You can call me to the mat. I can show you the fucking receipts. I have done that every fucking step of the way. Freedom of speech is absolute. No fucking... or I should say extremely limited exceptions. Simple as that. Again, why overcomplicate simple shit? Again, like I've always said, if people disagree with me or whatever, I'm more than willing to fucking sit down and have an honest conversation with people about issues and whatnot, but I can tell you guys this right now. What I will not do is engage in childish bullshit. I learned my lesson earlier this year on Twitter. That was on me. I will fully admit I made a few missteps here or there, but there's no point in arguing with random people on Twitter if it just devolves into childish fucking bullshit and throwing childish insults back and forth. What the fuck does that accomplish? Fucking nothing. Okay? Like, if you disagree with me on something, I am more than willing to sit down like an adult and have a rational, open, and honest discussion with you. Because, yeah, maybe I'm wrong about something. Sure, maybe you can enlighten me or whatever. Maybe I'm not infallible. I don't always get everything right 100% of the time. I'm wrong about shit sometimes. If I'm wrong about something, I want to know about it. or if I didn't consider a certain aspect of a particular situation, I want to know about it. Maybe you can enlighten me. Maybe I will learn something useful. I'm not above it. Never have been, never fucking will be. But what I will not do on Twitter is engage in fucking meaningless drama bullshit. Because that's fucking stupid and a complete waste of my time. And I've got better shit to do with my time. I work 2 fucking jobs as well as running all of my various social media operations. I don't have fucking time for childish bullshit. I don't. I need to focus on content creation when I am here in this studio. I don't need to focus on arguing with random fucking retards on Twitter. I don't have time for that shit. Again, like I've always said, I've got better fucking shit to do with my time than to get into childish arguments and throw childish insults back and forth with random motherfuckers on Twitter. Fuck that. That's a waste of my goddamn time. And I got better fucking shit to do with my time. Simple as that. So that's something I'm going to focus on a lot more in 2024, is trying not to get into meaningless spats with people on Twitter, because in my experience, it's all just devolved into childish bullshit. Every time I've tried to have an honest conversation with someone on Twitter, it just devolves into childish bullshit. So for the most part on Twitter, I'm going to stick to either when I reply to people, I'm going to try to just focus on more positive shit, stuff like that, not necessarily trying to bait anybody or anything, because it's a waste of my time. A lot of people on Twitter are closed-minded individuals who just have already made up their mind that no matter what, they're always right and everyone else is always wrong, because they live in a fucking echo chamber. And they're not open-minded at all. It's really fucking funny in the world how you notice that the people who claim to be the most open-minded and accepting and tolerant people are actually the most closed-minded and intolerant people in the world. Really fucking funny how that works. So it's pointless. Why waste my fucking time? I'll go on Twitter, post my daily updates, maybe reply to a few people, give them best wishes here or there. Just focus on more positive stuff on Twitter and then get the fuck off of Twitter. Because I spend way too much of my time scrolling through that shit as is. It's like, I've noticed that. It's like, it's a fucking mind trip, you know? You just find yourself mindlessly scrolling through Twitter and then 5 minutes go by and you're like, wait, what the fuck am I doing? I've got better shit to do with my time than mindlessly scrolling through this shit. What the fuck? Social media is such a fucking trap in that regard. Like, at least with video sharing platforms, you go on there for a fucking reason to watch people create actual content, not just post about stupid shit or whatever. But, yeah, and I mean, to be fair, social media platforms like Twitter and shit are not entirely meritless. Like, you know, you can go on there, follow people to get updates about certain things and whatnot. Like, that's useful. But when you just find yourself mindlessly scrolling through shit, that's a fucking problem. And that I definitely need to do a lot less of that in the future. Because, again, I got better shit to do with my time. Like, we're only given so much time here on this world. I want to make the fucking most of it. And I don't need to be wasting my God-given time scrolling through fucking Twitter, doing stupid, just mindlessly scrolling through Twitter. It's stupid. And again, getting into meaningless Twitter arguments with stupid dumb fucks who just are childish pieces of fucking garbage. Like, I've got better shit to do with my fucking time. For real, honestly. So I'm going to try to stick to more positive shit when replying to people on Twitter and whatnot. And I'm just going to block out the negativity shit for the most part. Don't get me wrong, I'm still going to listen to valid criticism on the off chance that anyone actually has a valid criticism. But if you just want to childishly insult me or whatever, whatever. Feel free to say whatever the fuck you want about me. I don't really give that much of a fuck. If you make false accusations about me, I'll see your ass in fucking court for, you know, defamation and shit. Or at the very least, I will certainly correct the record. But with regards to just, like, general childish bullshit, like, I'm just going to fucking ignore it for the most part. It's like, what the fuck's the point in engaging with these people? It's a waste of my fucking time. So I'm just going to focus on the more positive shit on Twitter and just stop spending so much time scrolling through Twitter and starting shit with random assholes. Because, again, I've come to the conclusion it's a waste of my fucking time. Not accomplishing anything, it's a waste of my fucking time. So fuck it. I'm just going to focus on, again, I really want to focus on just content creation, focusing on uploading videos, creating fun content for you guys and all that good shit. So, yeah, as far as Rumble and X are concerned, that's pretty much what I got going on. So, got about 27 followers on Rumble. I really hope that number grows a lot throughout 2024. We'll see. I'm going to try to use X to, again, advertise my Rumble channel a little bit more. I need to do a little bit of a better job with that. And I have started to throughout the end of 2023. So, yeah, and I intend to continue that trend throughout 2024 as well, no doubt. And I intend to definitely keep ramping up production on Rumble. No fucking doubt there. So I would love to see more and more of you guys make the switch over to Rumble. That nothing would make me happier than to see more and more people make the switch over to Rumble. You guys, hey, you guys can always find me on Rumble. No worries there. I will always be on Rumble. So, yeah. Unless I actually somehow manage to get myself banned off of Rumble, which, considering I do create edgy content, I wouldn't entirely throw it out of the realm of possibility, but that'd be pretty disappointing if I got banned off of Rumble, but I don't know. We'll see if the creators of Rumble really do put their money where their mouth is, and they seem to, and we will certainly see. We'll certainly see. All right. Well, either way, folks, stay tuned for the next part of my 2023 year in review coming up next. Again, basically to summarize this up, it's been a good year on Rumble and X. Again, for a lot of the year, Rumble was a little bit iffy, but towards the end of the year, we've started to gain a little bit more traction on Rumble. That's been good. Same thing with Twitter and X. I've finally gotten over 100 followers there, so that's pretty cool. Again, got my little blue check mark, so we'll see how all that shit goes in 2024, but I intend to continue doing what I'm doing on Twitter and X and Rumble as well. Again, on Twitter, I'm just going to narrow my focus a little bit more on just giving you guys updates and focusing on positive shit, but much beyond that, I'm still going to continue my normal shit on X and Twitter and Rumble as well. No doubt. Because, again, supporting free speech platforms, I cannot overstate how fucking important that is. Because otherwise, one day you're going to wake up in communist China asking yourself, what the fuck just happened? People really need to start actually paying attention to what's going on out there because it's fucking terrifying. Like, one of my coworkers the other day was shocked when I told her about the fact that the government's going to put kill switches in cars by the year 2026. She's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, that's a real fucking thing. So, and that creates a whole, I could rant for days about that. That creates a whole other can of worms opened up right there, which I could rant for days about. But if we don't do something to rein in this government overstepping their bounds, and I really fucking hate to say this, but we're going to see a revolution in my lifetime, a very bloody and violent revolution. And I say this as someone who hates violence. There either needs to be a peaceful secession or there will be bloodshed en masse. And it's a waste and it's a shame. I shouldn't necessarily say it's a waste because there are some things that are genuinely worth fighting for and worth dying for, but I just hope it doesn't come to that. But fucking humans never seem to fucking learn. It's fucking 2023 and they're still fighting wars in the fucking Middle East over religion. Like, we haven't advanced a day beyond the fucking Stone Age. We really haven't. We haven't advanced a day beyond the fucking medieval times. It's fucking 2023 and we're still fighting wars over religion. Like, that shit blows my fucking mind. Humans never fucking learn. And it's honestly depressing. But I guess we're just going to always have to fight for fight for everything and just keep doing it, because there will always be evil people out there trying to take it away from you. The fight never fucking ends. Never fucking ends. Alright. Well, either way, folks, I intend to keep fighting in the best way that I can right now, and that is by supporting platforms like X and Rumble that have chosen the correct path. And there is only one correct path. The pathway of freedom. And that's worth fighting for. And that's worth supporting. Alright. Well, either way, folks, I'm actually going to go ahead and end this part here. So stay tuned for the next part of my 2023 year in review coming up next. And until then, peace out.